Perfect.
Do you reckon that was good?
I think it was great.
Okay. Oh, this mic feels a little bit tight. Oh, have I broken it?
Oh God, look at it. Precariously hanging.
Is it precariously hanging on there? Aren't we all? I feel like that's a
True.
fitting way to start.
I think you're probably right.
Precariously hanging on there.
Thus is life.
Thus is life, indeed. Shall we cheers our Pims?
Well, non-alcoholic Pims.
Non-alcoholic Pims,
Little
because
taste test.
Cameron is responsible.
I can taste the cucumber.
Might be the most boring drink I've ever had in my life. No disrespect to your mother, first things first. Like, great buy for you, considering.
Absolutely. I've been missing Pims.
Yeah, you've said this a few times now. I've said, come on, let's go for a drink. And you're like, no, I only want a Pims.
But not drinking, it's pretty tough.
Yeah, no, I respect that.
So we go for lemonade instead and just get a sugar rush, which is basically the same as being drunk, isn't it?
Yes, right, welcome
To
episode
1.5.
Yes, we're going to say episode 1.
I don't know.
Because if we say episode 2 and then we don't release the other thing we recorded, right, everyone's going to be really confused. So this is episode 1, unless you've watched the first one.
In which case it's episode 2.
In which case it's episode
Perfect.
2.
If this is episode 1 and you have no idea what we're talking about, 15 million views and we will upload the first one. Does that work for you?
Oh, right. No. 50 million's way too high.
15 million.
15 million on YouTube.
Oh, well, you know, we're going
Do
to...
you consume a lot of YouTube content?
I do.
What would you say would get 15 million views? Do you think me and you sat there talking about what we'd do if we were stuck on a desert island would get 15 million views? Or maybe Mr. Beast actually going to a desert island might be the sort of thing that gets 15 million people to watch?
Moving swiftly on. I think you're right.
Swiftly on.
So
That smells exactly the same as that tasted. Don't you just love it when that happens? When you can like smell your own burp and you're like, oh, that is what I've just had.
I know it. I've just eaten.
Yeah, that always makes me smile. That does, especially if it's a fart.
Have you got any other things that just make you smile?
Well,
Wait, with a fart. Sorry.
yeah. Oh, yeah.
Like what?
Have you never had a fart where like you farted and it makes you giggle because it smells exactly like the dinner you've just had? Have you never had that?
Not that I can think of.
I've had it a few times. My grandma used to make like this really specific like beef horseradish thing, right?
And you could just...
And every time I farted, it tasted like horseradish again. Do you know what I mean?
Nice.
Yeah.
No, fair play.
Hi, Grandma. If you're watching this, I loved your beef. It was. Why have you done that? Why have you done that? Why have you had to put that face?
You said it, I reacted.
Yes, I didn't enjoy the beef, to be fair. It was tough.
You enjoyed it the second time round.
No, that was the horseradish mostly.
Oh.
This is disgusting. How have we managed to delve into that conversation?
It is Toilet Humour Podcast.
Toilet Humour Podcast. Well, it's not Toilet Humour Podcast, is it? It's called... What is the podcast called? Because I think
we've been debating.
I think
it is time to just stick a name on it.
And we haven't actually like picked a name before starting recording, so I feel like it could be quite entertaining to make this decision right here in the next 3 minutes.
And you've given us a time constraint
Yeah.
too. So we were looking at rather not.
Rather not.
Or something around rather not.
Because of the theme of having would you rathers come in.
And I'd rather not answer
and you'd
some
rather
of them
not,
because
yeah.
that, you know, you can ask some abhorrent questions.
Would you like one?
Go on.
Okay. I feel like this is completely going off track of naming the podcast.
It's
but
what
I
we
feel
do.
like if you feel like you'd rather not do either of these things, then we have to go for that as the name.
Deal.
Okay.
Deal.
Right. Would you rather... I came up with this one last night. I was really proud of it.
Keep in mind, we are 4 minutes in. We could really turn a few people off this. But it's fine. I'm joking. Go on. I'm bracing myself.
Should we save it?
No, do it.
Would you rather... Right. violently fart. Right. Violently fart. Like
Okay.
loud, obnoxious, smelly. Every time.
Horseradish.
No. It will say the fart smells of whatever the last thing you ate was.
Okay.
Yeah, but with the essence of poo within.
But
that.
yeah, no, okay. Right.
Yeah, like if you're just
This
out
is
there eating
toilet humour.
potpourri,
We
you're
are
not
really-
going to be like Chanel. Right. I promise we'll get off toilet humour as soon as
it is Dior Sauvage.
Dior Sauvage. Coco Chanel. You know what I mean? That sort of one.
Yeah.
Proper firing that out. No, that's not going to happen. It's still going to smell bad. But every time your skin touches someone else's skin. So every time, say this happened right now, boom. Yeah. Right. That was a really good fart noise. No wonder Italia Conti costs so much. Is that what you learned? Was there a lesson on that? Oh. Don't look at me like that while you do that. I feel like we should stop now. That made me feel uncomfortable.
No, okay, right. So
I'm joking.
Every time I touch somebody's
every time
skin,
your skin touches someone else's skin.
If I'm
clothing will.
So my elbow's currently on his.
Yeah, that's cool.
Thigh,
That's cool. It's only skin to skin.
Okay.
It's only skin to skin. Or right, the odds are 1 to 3 that every time you fall asleep, you shit yourself. So, I thought this one up last night, and my mate who was with me was immediately like, "That's really good."
Okay.
Because I
so you're saying statistically
right.
twice a week?
Listen, naps, nodding off, anytime you fall asleep, if you wake up in the middle of the night and fall back asleep, that counts as another fall asleep, right? And the statistics are 1 to 3. It doesn't mean that 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
I'm talking you could have 3, 3, 3. You know what I'm saying? You could shit yourself 3 times in one night if you had a really bad evening.
I could go a month without.
Or every time someone touches your skin. I'm talking dentists, doctors. I'm talking, well, they usually wear gloves, to be fair. You shake a hand in an interview. You brush past someone in a bar, like every time. And when I say violent, I mean like think of the hardest you've ever farted.
So it's vocal. It's vocal.
Oh,
it's got some resonance to it.
It's got more than resonance. It's a tough one, isn't it?
It is a tough one. Because neither really stick out as a win.
Well, I feel like one sticks out as more of a loss, though. Do you know where my mind went straight away?
You're going for the fart, and
I'm
you don't.
Definitely going for the fart.
No, I know you would.
Which would also sometimes result in shitting yourself. You have to bear in mind. Because what if you were unwell? What if you were unwell and you've gone into work and you're like, listen, guys, I don't know what I'm feeling, but I've got a bit of a bad stomach this morning. Someone's gone,
like,
are you
cheer
okay?
up, mate, high
And
five.
you've just gone for a little fart and it's just absolutely ruptured. So then you're like, I should have just chosen the first one. But my brain immediately, went to aeroplanes. Imagine you nodded off on a long haul flight. You'd panic every time you woke up. Every time you woke up, you'd be in utter panic. Because you'd be like, is it now?
It would be like the Russian sleep experiment thing. Do you remember seeing that?
I have seen it.
I mean, I don't know how true
I'm
it is.
struggling to find the link.
As in, they would not want to go to sleep.
Yes.
Because falling asleep is poo-poo time.
So you'd probably go insane.
But to answer your question, would I rather do one or the other?
Yeah.
I'd rather not.
Okay.
No,
okay,
I think I probably have to go with the first one. Farting.
Yeah.
But that is the lesser of two very, very bad evils.
Yeah, I feel like as well, if you've survived that few minutes, I feel like that's as bad as they're gonna get. Maybe not actually.
No, I don't. I think they're both pretty bad.
Well, the other ones, because I love hypothetical questions. I just love to hear what people do in different situations with different things.
Okay. Do you have any others?
Yeah, but I'll save another one for a bit later. Or should we go for another straight off the bat?
We're 9 minutes in. 3 people are watching.
Should we go for the good stuff off the bat? Because I've got one as well that had me and my mate last night. Bear in mind, I basically met up with my friend last night. I've said, listen, I've prepared some stuff for this podcast I'm doing tomorrow.
I haven't.
Didn't do nothing. And he was like, what is it? I was like, well, I'm going to come up with some really good would you rathers. Or just would you rathers. Or hypothetical questions.
Or what would you take on a desert island?
Yeah, that was a great question in episode 1, if that was episode 1.
If not,
I think it is episode 1.
yeah.
Okay, this is episode 2. Let's just, I think we should just post it.
It will be what it will be.
Anyways, we were coming up with hypothetical questions.
Okay.
And
Pardon you.
thank you. Did you touch me or something? No, sorry. So the hypothetical question that I found was like the best one I'd come up with so far.
Mm-hmm.
So you can have a pet.
Great.
Any pet.
Any pet.
But it has to be a plausible pet that you'd recognise as a pet.
Cat.
cat, dog, parrot,
That's
chinchilla.
I'm having a cat.
I will take micro pig. Okay, as long as I can think plausibly. Okay, that's a pet. I don't want to hear like condor or
What?
eagle. Right?
Right.
It has to be feasible. Now give them a superpower, but this superpower,
I give them a superpower.
yeah, they get a superpower, right? But this
Okay.
superpower has to be something that you could probably already do. Like feasibly, as a human, I could do that. But for a pet, for the pet to do it, this is mental.
Okay.
Would you like an example?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I've got a cat that once a year slaps on a pair of glasses and does all my taxes for me. Right, so I come home one day, right, it's like sometime early January, I'm thinking, oh, bollocks, I've got to pay all my taxes.
Yeah.
Yeah, hoping for a rebate. I get in, my cat's ready at the laptop. He's like, shut the door, mate, I'm working, yeah. Bang. He takes off loads and he's really good
He
at it.
crunches the numbers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But for the rest of the year, he's licking his own bumhole and stuff, just like being a regular cat.
Doing your would
Yeah.
you rather, basically, yeah.
All of that. But then once a year, it's like, listen, Carl.
As in speaks English
Yeah,
to you.
yeah. No, okay, maybe not speaks English, but listen,
like-
I can get it. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
I think your cat needs to speak to a vet. Well, maybe not speak to.
Excuse me.
But
Okay.
yeah, that's the premise.
Okay.
And I think there's a lot of fun to be had here.
I want a cat because if it was a pet, it's got to be a cat.
Arguably the superior pet
Yeah,
for lazy people.
absolutely.
If you've got energy and you love dogs, don't think that I don't like dogs. Dogs are great.
So yeah, I'm taking a cat.
Yeah.
That yours is so specific. It's really good, but my cat can do a zip line. Okay, no, it can't. Right?
No, stick it out.
No,
why?
that-
Why does your cat do a zip line?
Because think of the Instagram posts.
Okay. See, this is why you got to stick at it. Don't
In-
live off my reactions.
Influencer cat that just does a zip line, gets a lot of views. It'll be like the new Grumpy Cat.
Just zip lining. Because I feel like you limited yourself a little bit there. Because that zip line
you
video,
limited yourself to
you got about
taxes.
2 or 3 videos. No, listen.
No,
Okay, the
no.
cat's my accountant.
Fair.
So he does my
No,
taxes,
okay,
but he also, you know,
All right, my cat.
haggles for me.
My cat can. Does it have to be something that I can do? As in me.
It's just got to be mundane. Maybe not something you can do, but something a human being could do. If it's be like a world champion pool player, then sure. Ziplining is not the strongest answer, but
Okay, no. I want a cat that can, is like Tom Daly, can do some proper dives.
Oh, right. And you're just
Like-
going to take him down the pool every day.
No. 10-meter diving board, because a human can do about 3 flips. A cat, you're getting about 8 in there. Minimal splash, 10s.
So you're going for entertainment.
Yes. And you're going for
Oh, mate, I've come up with about 8, and I was struggling to pick one.
fair.
And they're all pretty useful. Like, imagine you got a dog,
I do have a
and he
dog.
just loves to nip the hoover around. Or he's like wicked at doing your laundry. He like walks into your bedroom, he's like, that's dirty, bangs it in the laundry basket. He's like, that's clean, bangs it in the right drawer, right? And then you come home, he's got the hoover going around, I want to break free, doing all that. He might even bang down a bit of shake and vac, you know, that powder and that.
I've
Yeah,
got some over there.
it's banging.
It's very good.
It's banging. You know what I mean? That will get you a second date, that will. When your room smells like lemons and not teenage boy.
I'm 22.
Yeah, but you still smell like a teenage boy.
Fair.
And so do I. I
still
feel like
look
it's a
like one.
curse. You don't...
I think I do.
I don't know, Cameron.
At work, I'm like, how old do you think I am? Because people are like, I don't know where it comes from. And they're like, oh yeah, 19, 18. No, 22. They go, what?
Yeah. I
It
don't
really
know.
is a struggle.
I don't think it's that much of a struggle.
I think in 10 years' time, I'll love it. But right now, I would just love to shave.
I don't think you look that young.
So you're saying I look old?
No, I'm just saying, like, you look your age. I just relax. I had an American lady at work once turn to me. She's like, "How old are you? Are you the manager?" I was like, "No, we all just have to wear suits because that's kind of the uniform."
Mm-hmm.
And she went, "Oh, so how old are you? How long have you worked here?" I was like, "Have a guess. How old do you think I am?"
Yeah.
She's like, 30, 32. I was like, yeah,
Spot
I'm
on.
32. Thanks, love. Perfect. And she was like, oh my God, I guess that first time. I was like, yes, you did. I love to use sarcasm with people who seem to think they understand. Well, I don't think they understand sarcasm at all. This specific lady. I'm talking about people that don't understand sarcasm, not all Americans. Now, you can decide whether that was sarcastic or not.
See, do you remember? I have the Americans on my side from
Yeah.
last episode because of Disney Channel, and I think they're all still sticking with me.
No, I like Americans.
Guys, I gotta say shout out to the American folks.
Dude,
Just want to say I'm so up for being your buddy as long as you'll be my buddy too.
I'm so like down to do some ads for you guys.
Oh, yeah, no, I don't. No, listen, don't.
Pay me. Hey, let me finish. Pay me in US dollar. I can get the conversion, or pay me in Bitcoin. Bitcoin. If you could give your younger self one piece of advice, what would it be, and why is it buy Bitcoin?
It wouldn't be.
Oh.
It wouldn't be Bitcoin.
What would it be?
Bet on Leicester to win the Premier League 2016.
It wouldn't be Bitcoin. What else would there have been?
I would also say,
I'd have gone with some scripts. I'd have gone with a couple scripts. I'd be like, listen, buddy, I need you to do me a favour. I've got an idea. It's called Breaking Bad. You're going to need to write this down quick. And what I want you to do is just spend the next 2 years getting this to as many people as humanly possible and saying, like, listen, I think even though I'm a 10-year-old,
this is good.
And then, boom, you've got a hit.
See, I think that's really interesting because that can really be a thing of what you know versus who you know. Because would 10-year-old you with Breaking Bad in a universe where it's not been written by, I don't know who,
No, I
who
don't
did
know
it.
either. It's lithium something because it starts with the LI, doesn't it?
Honestly, I've not seen anything beyond about halfway through episode 1.
I got through
need to watch it.
I got through series 2,
But,
but I'm bad with series.
Like, you know, because what was it? Queen's Gambit. Oh, the one.
what a show!
But the person that wrote that had been trying to do that for something like a decade, and everyone was like, nah. And then eventually they were like, yeah. But if 10-year-old you wrote the Queen's
No, I'm gonna
Gambit,
take it seriously.
probably not.
Okay.
But maybe because you're a prodigy.
By the way, great hypothetical question. Well done. I know you've read it on Instagram in the past 2 days because I've seen it everywhere.
Oh,
But-
really?
Yeah. Have you
Oh.
not seen that one before? It's like, and why would it be Bitcoin? And that's the exact thing I read.
Oh no, that's genuinely because it went down to like £50 once,
It did.
and then it went up to like 40k.
It did. I remember.
Do the maths there.
Yeah, I remember. I did
a
a little
little bit of
bit. I did a
profit.
little bit of trading with it. I didn't do much.
I've got a little bit in the Bitcoin.
Have you?
Yeah. It's down.
Yeah, no, I stopped pretty quick. I remember. Do you remember Shiba Inu coin? Do you remember when that was a thing?
Yeah.
It was a bit after the whole Doge thing was
Mm.
like showing that it wasn't really building much traction.
Mhm.
And then I remember I was like, Shiba. My mate's just bought one of them.
Right.
Slapped a tenner in, right? Come back like 2 days later and it was like 80, 90 quid. I was
Oh.
like, oh, that's quite a quick turnover. And then proceeded not to take any of it out, come back like 2 days later and it was just gone.
Yeah, there was. I can't
Was
remember what it was. This is a crypto podcast, by the way. Now.
Oh, it's definitely not.
No, it definitely isn't.
I couldn't think of much less interesting things to talk. I don't actually still understand what it is.
No, I really don't have any idea. But there was one that like collapsed or something, and it used to be, let's say, £100. It went down to 5,
Yeah.
and everyone's like, oh no, it's all going wrong. And then some people were like, but if it goes back to where it was, could be unreal. Obviously, you know that's
It's
what people are
real,
going to say.
just
But I stuck about £20 in.
okay.
I checked it the other day, 4p,
4p.
and profit.
What? 4p profit.
No, 4p.
Oh,
So,
so negative £19.96 profit.
that's the one.
Right. Well, it's not really profit then, is it?
It's loss.
Loss. That's it. That's what we call that.
Yeah.
Right. How are you dealing with the
Dealing
the
with loss. Well,
7 stages started yet?
Sorry.
7 stages. Is that what loss or grief or
No, the what was it? Denial.
smoking?
I think it's anger.
Vodka.
Bargaining.
What, like going down SCS? They've always got a deal on.
Bargaining.
They always have a deal.
Then it's no. There's something and then acceptance. I think it's 5.
6 stages. I thought it was 7 stages.
I've seen 5. And it's denial. Then it is denial, anger,
Tequila.
bargain. Stop. There's something and then it's
I deal with my
acceptance.
problems very healthily.
Clearly.
Yes. It's a Saturday night and we are sat here recording a conversation. To be fair, I'm doing pretty well.
I've
right
got
now.
work tomorrow.
So have I. Right, interesting stuff.
Yeah.
Me and you,
You and I.
we've known each other now for how many years? When did we meet? 2015 or 2016?
I can't remember.
I think it was either early 2016 or late 2015.
I think I just turned 15.
You looked about 10.
Yep,
Yeah, you came into my college.
I did.
I say my college like I own it. You came into Luton Sixth Form College with a theatre company,
I did.
a youth theatre company. I was a drama student. I was about 2 years older than you.
Yeah,
Exactly 2 years older than you, almost.
Yeah,
What month
you were 2 years above. I'm January.
January. I'm,
You're
I'm May.
May.
March.
March. Very good.
Maybe. I don't know. I don't check too often. But May, yeah. So I remember that day quite clearly. That was a good one.
Really?
Yeah, really clearly.
I remember. So we did an extract of a play that we'd been doing.
In doing nothing, I found me.
That's the one.
Yeah.
We did it horrendously that day.
It wasn't jaw dropping, but you were definitely like the best company, youth theatre style that I'd ever seen at that
Fair.
point.
Well, the bar is.
The bar isn't high necessarily from what I'd seen.
Well, back then, no, but I
I think the bar's definitely a lot higher now.
yeah.
Is it? I haven't seen much youth theatre work, to be fair, outside of
The
Enjoy
company.
Tea.
No, that's absolutely
The
fair.
company, yeah. Just said the name of the company. Great company. I mean, I'd endorse
Link
it.
in the description.
Is it? Yeah. Yeah, they'll be happy with us. Yeah, maybe. Well, if not, you can find it yourself, but I'm pretty sure they'll be happy with us.
Quite
you know.
easy to find.
They're amazing. They're the reason we know each other. They're the reason we're still, you know.
So really, they have made the podcast.
Oh, Cam.
I'm so sorry.
It's okay. I forgive you.
Oh,
Pims.
Yeah, non-alcoholic.
I can taste the cucumber. No, that is
Sorry,
yeah.
that was vile.
intense. No, I kind of no, it's cool. No,
No, sorry, mate.
no, but but yeah, no. So that's kind of how we know each other, and there's been some funny memories over the years. I mean,
What's the one that you just thought of when you said that?
the chicken nugget.
Oh, go on. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I just remember not knowing like what to do with myself at that age. I was kind of like 16, 17, kind of just finding my feet in between like youth theatre, college, the streets of Luton, which notoriously are the most beautiful of scenery. You know, a lot of stuff to do. You can see if that one was sarcasm or not. Again, I'll let you make that decision. But yeah, I definitely felt like I was kind of just trying to get laughs in any way which I could.
I've been there.
And I just remember vividly ripping open a chicken nugget, slapping a roll-up cigarette in there, lighting it, and just turning to everyone being like, I'm smoking a McNugget here, man.
You didn't say it like that.
What did I say? I was smoking a fucking McNugget.
That's the one.
Taking a drag on an old nuggy, mate.
Yeah.
Nice.
It was funny. It was funny.
Yeah, but it was just childish. But I miss those days. I miss those days.
See, now when I look back to...
I almost know. I feel like I know what you're going to say. I don't know if
I don't know if...
There's a few stories where it's like I think they'll come a little bit later on in the process.
No, I just...
Like you trying to get someone to attack me during an audition and...
yeah.
We'll leave that one.
Yeah.
That was just...
No, I just... another thing of if I was to look back and tell myself something, it would be just stop trying so hard. I tried way too hard to be funny. And when I was like, saying something ridiculously out there just to get a reaction, it's not.
See, that's where I sometimes felt like I was a bad influence on quite a lot of people.
On me?
Quite a lot of people.
On me?
Potentially. But the thing is I was never necessarily doing it with the effort of being funny. I feel like it's like a thing that I'd developed where it was like the first thing that came into my head would usually be a funny response. Where it's like my defense mechanism as I was growing up, like say a teacher shouted at me, right? Yeah. And my brain is going, I didn't do anything wrong. This is really scary. My mum's going to shout at me. Yeah. Everyone's going to shout at me. My defense mechanism is to look at that teacher while they're shouting to me and find something funny to say. And I have had some terrible results with that. Luckily, I learned how to kind of nip it in the bud and just cry instead, like a man.
Yeah.
You know, because that's what men do. Men cry. Seen on a t-shirt. Boom! I'd have been a good time to cry. But yeah, like I remember saying some stuff to teachers, man. And I was always a good kid. They liked me, but it was like you could just see in my eyes that I was just about to say like the funniest thing I could.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes it wouldn't be necessarily that funny. Like,
Just be hurtful.
yeah, well, not necessarily hurtful, but just like something that would kind of be like mocking something they'd said,
Okay.
you know. And that came in a lot of. I just mock everything, don't I? This is turning into a bit of a therapy
It's
session.
an intervention.
Is
You
it?
have got my mic cable. I'll have that one back, thank you.
There you go, buddy.
Tar lad. Do you know what? Buddy. The word buddy, I'm really not a fan of.
Oh, really?
No,
Why is that, buddy? What's wrong?
I don't know what it is. Like, I know people have good intentions when they say it, but something about it, I don't know if it's condescending. Something.
Maybe you just don't understand it, buddy.
Maybe not.
Mm.
I remember speaking to
A buddy.
a girl once.
You spoke to a girl once? Get in there, man. Well done. Well
Thank
done.
you. College sort of time, and I liked them. And then one day they called me Bud.
Mm-hmm.
Soul crushing.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Good night, Bud. Well, see you later, Bud.
Ta-ta now.
I was like, "All right."
See you later, buddy. It's just that's just the solidest friend zoning ever, though, isn't it, buddy?
Oh, no, I mean it was
Nice try, buddy. I feel like if someone said that to me after, like, say you got into a fight, right? Which for you, obviously, I can understand is all the time.
Yeah,
You know,
I've got a reputation.
You've got a massive reputation of being, what do they call it?
Scrap lord.
Yeah, scrapper,
Yeah.
scrappy do,
Yeah.
scrappy go get 'em.
Yeah.
The fighting buddy.
They wrote the movie Fight Club about me.
Was it? I thought,
Can't talk about it.
no.
Rule number
Yeah.
one. But
Well, no. Wait, you,
yeah.
I feel like you're more Paw Patrol the movie than Fight Club. I feel like you've got a bit more of like a young Mr. Bean about you than a Tyler Durden.
Mr.
Yeah.
What was that?
Well, you just not that you look like him, but you look like him. Hello.
I've got Sid the Sloth.
Sid the Sloth is rude. Sid the Sloth is rude. I think I've always been like kind of more focused on like more, especially in the more recent years, that they've been more complimentary, the lookalikes these days. So it's been more like, oh, David Tennant. I was like, oh, I'll take that. Yeah, I know.
Fair
I'll take
play.
that one. I'll take that one. It comes every now and then. And then I had Sam Claflin once. I was like, I don't look a thing like him. But when I was younger, Jimmy Neutron came up a lot more often.
Yeah.
And that's more because of the
Quiff.
the forehead that I'm hiding. See, that to me, what does that look like? That looks like Astro Boy, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Big forehead. But you do look like Mr. Bean.
Oh, I'll take that. Rowan Atkinson.
Yeah. Anyway,
Great.
so if you got into a fight
Yes. Excuse me.
and you've put all your effort in, yeah, and afterwards you're kind of getting up off the floor, you're like, oh,
Bloody nose.
and he's gone,
Yeah.
nice try, buddy.
The one that you're fighting.
Yeah, big guy's gone, nice try, buddy, and just walked away.
Yeah.
What's the reaction there?
Well, obviously, I've been on the other end of that. I've obviously been the
You've
one saying
beaten
nice
someone
try.
up and been nice try, buddy.
Yeah.
Do you know the temptation just to grab your ear now, so just it's televised your reaction to violence? Do it.
Try me.
Try me, buddy.
You don't want to see what happens.
No, but what would you do? What do you reckon? Like emotionally, that would be like a soul ender.
Oh.
Like in all seriousness, that
100%.
would be brutal, wouldn't it? I think I'd be thinking about it for months. That's how you call me, buddy.
Well, I mean, it's been a good 5 years or so since college, and I still remember
Bud.
Bud.
Yeah, but that's a girl, and that's a girl. Were you kind of interested in this girl? Did you kind of fancy this girl?
Yes.
Yeah. So
Bud.
I have a similar experience that is arguably 100 times worse.
I'm going to ask you to hold it, just because
29
minutes.
minutes. Wow.
So
I
for
feel
a
like
little
this
bit of
hasn't been our
context.
strongest.
I'm enjoying it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, maybe it's the Pims.
Maybe it's the Pims.
It's
Yeah.
going
Oh, there's
straight
0.5%.
to my head.
So what is it? 29:34. So we have 20
basically,
seconds.
We have 29 minutes and 59 seconds before we need to start recording again. Something to do with tax and cameras. Just gonna, drop that bit of knowledge.
Yeah.
So we're gonna BRB TTYL. I said that last time.
And I said you had a BBL.
You did. And then it'll just keep going again.
You thought
So
I was
just-
feeling
just-
you?
Perfect. So
I feel like we should do that from now on.
little clap.
A high five, like a
Yeah.
yeah.
That's how sync up the audio.
Should we dap to sync up the audio every time? Oh, right. That's better. One more.
Oh.
That's better. Right. Cool. So that's how we'll start every recording now.
That sounds good.
So this girl,
Yes.
I probably shouldn't say her name.
Don't.
I won't say her name.
Don't.
No, but it's not incriminating on her. She was lovely. We were good friends. To the point where I fancied this girl so much in high school, right, that I pretended that I liked different bands and like changed my music taste for her to try and
I'm
get
going to put a
into
pin in
good
that
books.
as well. There's something I'm going to talk
Yeah.
about in a minute.
So I think we all did it at some point. So
Oh, yeah.
I went through my cut my life into pieces resort.
Mhm.
You know, resort? No, this is my last resort. Time. I went into
Yeah.
that period of my life because she was proper into it, right? And we
Mhm.
went to see Pierce the Veil and Sleeping with Sirens
Together?
tour together, right? She had a spare ticket. I was like, I'd love to come. She's like, wicked.
Nice.
So we went together, me, her sister. It was amazing. Like I had her on my back. Like I was like, oh my god, like it's happening, right?
Yeah.
I had the beanie, wore the bands for the next few weeks, like on my.
Yeah.
I thought it's all good, right? Go into school, and we're just standing around. There's kind of a group of girls there, and one of them was like, "So, like, was it like a date when you went to like that thing?" And I was like, And she was like, "Well, no, obviously not. Carl's gay."
Oh, well,
And I wasn't, and I'm not. Now that made it sound like I am. Now. I wasn't at the time, but now I love dudes. No, I was. Yeah, I was heartbroken. I was heartbroken because I remember looking at her and just
Yeah.
going like that, and she was like, "You're gay, right?" I was like, "Nah." So see you later. Just didn't speak to her for like 3 weeks.
there.
She went and hid in the bush.
Took the band straight off.
Nah, I kept him on just in case there was a chance. So maybe she'd be like, "Oh, he's not gay." No, that never happened.
Oh.
But yeah, that was. I think that's a lot worse than Bud.
No, that's fair. I tried the same tactic. This was year 7 or 8.
Okay.
The person that sat next to me in tutor group really liked One Direction.
You went
I
One
went to-
Direction
not-
deep into
Yeah. So you know you
You're
went.
insecure.
Don't know what for.
You're insecure.
So yeah. One Direction went to a 1D concert at was it the O2 or Wembley? O2, I think, with my mum. And then
song.
Little Things. I can let these little things.
Right, just get away with the story.
And then I would be sat there and shoot. I just did you see my BBM status update? Yeah.
Pinging her like, oh my god, Niall looks so fit. How did I get? Oh,
So yeah. So I'd be. I remember not wanting to be like obvious.
yeah.
Just I just happened to like wonder. Oh, you do too.
Oh, so you didn't even go like
I-
ham with it. You kind of just like.
I would
Did
be
it in your own
I would
time
be
and
sat
hoped
next
that
to
you
them
know.
in tutor. Bring, 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 bring. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't see that. Yeah, just One Direction. Yeah, I really like them. Yeah, there we go. You're insecure. Don't know what for. Whereas now it would be, and I'm bad like a Barbie. I'm a 10 master Barbie. Pink bed like I'm ready to bend.
So,
a
so
tense one
did
pulling
you
a
ever
cane.
at any point go like, oh, I'm actually quite enjoying this? Were you ever like
Please don't get me. I wasn't sat there at One Direction just like, yeah.
Oh, were you crying? Did you cry?
No. Yes. No. I tell you what though, One Direction was, was a time. JLS, incredible concert.
JLS.
JLS.
Name all four.
Alvin, Simon, I don't know.
Have you just named the chip?
That's,
that
that's
far?
my shoe.
Someone touch
That's
your skin.
That's my boot.
Oh man, that's funny. That is funny. Oh, Marvin. There's a Marvin. Ashton.
Yeah.
And the other two. Okay, JLS. Name a song.
Everybody in Love.
Heartbeats again. Heartbeat again.
Yeah. What was the best one? It's
Heart won't beat again. That's it.
Sleeping with my eyes wide shut.
Oh. Yeah.
Incredible song.
Is it?
Yes.
Sleeping with my eyes wide shut.
Yeah. It's an oxymoron, I believe.
Shitting with my asshole closed. What's next?
Why do you keep going back to toilet humour?
Because when
You're nervous, aren't you?
I am a little bit.
No, sorry.
I think I'm generally a bit nervous. Yeah, thanks for bringing it up.
Oh no! On this, Sorry if that was me. you know, if I was
it's
being
fine. It's fine.
I thought in that first one I cut you off so much and just spoke about myself.
What?
Yeah, there was that when we introduced each other,
Yeah.
I turned everything and I made it about me.
Oh yeah, but I do that all the time. That's what we do. We're trying to be actors, man. Oh!
Don't be loud. I've got Mumsy Poo trying to sleep next door.
Actually,
Yes.
you're joking.
No.
Is your mum actually trying to sleep next door?
No, she's reading a book.
You've invited me round to record a podcast while your mum is lying in bed reading a book in the other room.
The grind never stops.
She's on Farmville.
Right, we mentioned this last time.
But
Do
we
you
didn't
actually want
explain
to?
it. I kind of also want to mention that you don't have to worry about making things about yourself because you are just as interesting as I am, and I tend to do that quite a lot. And that's not very interesting. We're not that interesting as people, so I feel like if either of us takes over a little bit, I think it's okay, you know. And we're trying to be actors, so we're obviously craving attention and appraisal.
Why else would we?
Yeah, I mean, like, what else is life about? Like, when you go to the shops, you want that shop boss man to go, like, have a nice day. You know, you want that at the end of the conversation. You want that, like, I did well in that little exchange. Just me, fine, no worries. So, your mum...
Yes. So my mum, as did I'm sure many people in the decade previous, played Farmville.
Farmville, what a game. No memories of it, but what a game.
Yeah, I believe you make a farm, build it up.
Yeah.
A bit like Clash of Clans, but for crops. Clash of Crops, if you will. That's hilarious. Clip that one. Put that on TikTok.
Right, Clash of Crops.
But she did that.
Yeah.
And there was a something where if you had a friend give you help,
It was gifts, wasn't it? You could
Something
send like it was like 8-ball pool. Did you ever play 8-ball pool?
did I?
Yeah.
Do I?
And you'd request you'd get like 45 notifications a day from someone
Who
asking
wants
for
your help.
coins.
Yeah.
So I imagine it's similar to
so
that.
she ran out of friends to ran out of people to
Get gifts
give
from.
gifts. She'd have exhausted them. They'd have given all the gifts she could today, but as is the the capitalist game of Farmville, you've got to expand, you've got to go bigger.
Capitalist game of Farmville.
I think that's pretty much what it is. It's
Yeah.
good. So her and her friends,
This made me laugh so much when you first told this story.
I know it's so poor now,
It's
isn't
so
it?
good.
But decided to make a bunch of fake accounts on Facebook, using like the randomest names.
Oh,
there
it was not random, man.
there was
it was
Curtis.
It was like
Curtis
amazing
Mayfield.
jazz musicians from history,
Curtis Mayfield.
but with your surname.
yes,
Like Stevie Mullane. You had like BB Mullane, Barry and Gary. I'm sure there was a Barry and a Gary, and that was Barry White and then Gary something. Mate,
yeah,
honestly, finding those pages
it
was riveting.
was hilarious.
Absolutely riveting. Do you reckon we could like get? Could you imagine it? We get like everyone to try and add your mum on Facebook, and then just send her gifts on Farmville all day.
I put the new 4Gs on the Jeep.
She's just got a double chain, iced out teeth.
She's like, I got 42,000 friends on Facebook. Listen, if I'm ever broke, I just say, everyone, give me 50p, and suddenly 25k buddies all over the place.
That's obviously not how your mum speaks, but I'm just trying to protect her identity.
Hey, yo, Cameron, why you not done the dishes, fool? You've used the slow cooker 4 times this week. You ain't washed the fucking thing once.
I love this movie.
You're my favorite son. Don't tell Elliot. He's the best, but you're way better.
Right.
Son, did I ever tell you how proud I am of you? Can you send me some gifts on Farmville? My crops are dry. It's the summer season.
That it really does take
The
me back.
yield's
That.
really knocking down here this year, Cameron. I'm gonna need your help here, buddy. You got any friends who use Facebook? Listen, just hand these flyers out in your class. It's got my Facebook name on it. Tell them to add me.
QR code.
They could do it every day at 8 p.m. That's when I like to play.
Great.
That's now. If we ever talk,
She's in the next room over, going, "What on earth am I?"
she's gonna call you in a minute.
Oh
Hey, yo, motherfuckers, I'm trying to read the book in here.
It's horrendous.
The fuck are you recording over there?
She's getting more and more like deep in the voice here. I need to relax.
And the accent's getting thicker.
What the fuck are you talking about?
About my nose.
Oh, didn't you do that once in school?
Oh my word!
It,
right.
like next to the girl that you thought was like the prettiest in the year, didn't you? Like
Right.
sneeze out a bottle
Right.
of water.
Right. It's called nasal juice because it happened a few times.
Okay.
So in science,
Cameron's special nasal juice.
oh, that's the one. You bottle it, sell it on eBay.
Son, I'm so proud of your nasal juice.
Frosties.
Frosty world.
So what adverts do you reckon we're gonna book in here?
None.
Cameron's nasal juice. We'll have to make our own company. Sell that as an energy drink.
Yeah.
Non-alcoholic Pims that
Yeah.
isn't Pims.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got a few.
Yeah.
Frosty world.
Right, carry on.
So yeah,
Nasal juice.
Nasal juice. So in science, I don't know if it was the same for you, but we weren't allowed to drink or eat, obviously, in
No,
class.
it was not the same for us. That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard.
I mean, it was stupid for us.
Why
too.
were you not allowed to eat or drink in class?
Well, I mean, obviously, eat. Fair enough. We weren't
fair
allowed
enough,
to eat
cool.
in any
drinking
class,
water.
but drinking water, no. I suppose it could have reacted with
What
something.
about were there taps in that room?
Yeah.
There were taps.
There were taps.
So you could have running water. You could literally fill a glass with water and throw it at your teacher from the sink that's provided.
Yeah, the logic doesn't really hold up, but I'm
No.
sure there was some reason to it.
Okay, we're carrying on.
But we weren't allowed to drink water. But you know, when nature calls, I pick up the phone. I was thirsty, so I snuck a little sip under the table. Somebody behind me must have said something funny, because as I'm swallowing, I start laughing. Water shoots out of my nose onto the table, onto my my book, onto the girl that sat next to me's book, who, as you're saying, we all thought she's
she
nice.
was
Yeah.
a sort of girl that you wouldn't want to do that in front of at the time.
I mean, I don't think you'd want to do it in front of anybody.
Of course, but this
um,
specifically felt more embarrassing to you at that age.
Yes, and obviously my teacher is like, "What is going on? Water? Hello, alarm bells."
Could you imagine if you'd like sneezed that on some alkali metals? Like,
Just
if there was listen, if there was any like
Sodium?
no, yeah, sodium is one. Sodium is the first in the list. I think the most reactive is like. Oh, it starts with a K.
Oh,
This is so we have
this is
touched
really
on some weird. No, polonium's not.
no, I know.
Magnesium's one.
It's magnesium.
Lithium's one. Lithium's definitely one. Magnesium's definitely
Yeah,
one.
I don't know.
All right, let's not go into it. But yeah, that
Those
could've-
reactive ones.
Imagine
Yeah.
you'd have snotted out and like blown up your class.
Boom. Yeah.
Just shouted some sort of like aggressive thing at your teacher and just sneezed onto it.
Diagon Alley.
Great choice. With the
Yeah.
avenues you had, I think that was very good.
Avenues.
Diagon Alley.
Thank
very
you.
Good.
Very good.
Very good.
Highbrow comedy.
Highbrow comedy. Not doing anything that will get us in trouble. Being good. Haha.
Hey, Cameron, I'm so proud of you and Carl not getting cancelled.
There's your mum, in case you've forgotten about the bit earlier
Yeah,
on.
no, it's gonna haunt me.
Good.
If she comes into this room, just at any point,
Yeah.
and genuinely does that voice, I will lose the plot.
I think I'd cry with laughter.
Yeah.
I think I'd cry with laughter. Hopefully if she watches this, she'll be upset with me.
I mean, she'd be like 43 minutes in. So
I think she should be committed to your content.
thank you.
Cheers. Let's not say... Cheers, Yolanda Mullane.
How do you know that name? No, I'll cut. What? How on earth?
What name?
Yolanda.
Yolanda the plane, you did a good job.
Okay. Paul.
Why have you said we're going to cut it there and
I
make
don't
this
know.
backstory?
No,
Who is Yolanda?
No idea. I tried to do a funny, didn't work.
Swing
Swing and a miss.
Swing and a miss.
Swing and a miss. Like this.
Didn't actually hurt.
Oh.
Right. Well, okay. What other hypotheticals did I have for you?
Oh. Okay.
Let me have a look at my phone. So it's going to
You
go a
wrote
bit
these
dark
down?
for me. I wrote down one or two because I was thinking we're going to sit here at some point, look at each other and go, something's gone wrong. And I was prepared.
You think that points now?
Nah, we'll be right. Okay, would you rather stink like petrol all the time or lose all your hair right now?
Petrol.
Smell like petrol.
Petrol.
Okay, what if you're also flammable like petrol? So you're doused in petrol.
Does the hair grow back?
No. And it's eyebrows, eyelashes, hair, bum hair. But It's either that or you've been doused in petrol from the moment you wake up to the moment you go to sleep. At night time, we'll say you're safe. We'll say you have a little dry off period while you sleep, just in case you shit yourself 1 in 3 times. No, obviously.
I guess I got to go with the hair.
Why?
Put a wig on. Can't really wipe off petrol.
What about
It's
your
just gonna
eyebrows? The sweat going into your eyes,
draw them on.
eyelashes,
Paint them on.
paint them on.
You can get,
Mascara and that, fake eyelashes,
you
I
get,
guess.
Yeah, you get fake ones.
Yeah, but don't they attach to your already eyelashes?
I'm sure there's a few different methods.
Like what?
Put 'em
Now,
on.
this is for... No, hold on a second. This is going to be beautiful now because you have how many brothers and how many sisters?
1 brother, 0 sisters.
And I have 3 sisters, no brothers.
Okay.
Yeah? And I grew up with 2 other sisters as well through a marriage, but they were my stepsisters. So technically 5 sisters I grew up with.
Okay, well, yeah.
So I want to hear how you think fake eyelashes could be put on.
Okay, so obviously, the one that you have mentioned is where they go over the original
Eyelashes.
ones.
Yeah, makes perfect sense.
You get ones jabbed into,
Come on, explain. Come on.
you
Like stabbed
ever seen
into your eyelid.
you ever seen Madame Tussauds?
I
When they
have seen Madame Tussauds, yeah.
where they thread the hair in.
Mm.
I'm sure they can do that with some eyelashes.
You reckon they've done that a few times?
Yeah.
Maybe they like scoop them underneath
How do
your
you
eyelid.
think I get this volume?
Do you know
This
what'd be
is-
really funny if your mics are really quiet, and then we go back and listen to this, and then the end,
imagine.
and then we go back to the end, and you've just gone, "How do you think I get this volume?" And we've got a podcast that we can't use.
Well,
Yeah, that will be clipped. Just for me.
just for your enjoyment.
Yeah.
Yeah. Other ways, glue
Glue. That might actually be a thing.
on.
That might actually be a thing.
Yeah, I think that,
that's a.
they're,
Yeah.
they're my methods. I don't know if it's similar to what we were just talking about, but somebody said to me the other day that I mansplain a lot.
Mm-hmm.
You agree?
No, but I don't think I have the abilities to spot mansplaining necessarily as well, because I think sometimes I could see mansplaining as being someone being patronising and explaining something as if you definitely don't know it.
Right.
Right? Which is like, this is a camera, so if you press that on button, it will start recording,
Mm-hmm.
and that's basically like you can have different things. It could be 4K, it could be 420, like. It could be a numerous amount of like, that's what I think mansplaining would be, right? But there's been times where I've been like, hey, if you want to take that shot a little bit better, I can see that you might need to, like, if we're playing pool, I'll be like, if you just tuck your elbow in, I'm telling you now, you'll play so much better. And if someone listens and they go, oh, okay, and then do it, they're like, hey, I'm better at this now because
Right.
I've spent so many hours playing this game. I'm like, I can see that you're doing that very different. I'll point it out, and then I've had people go,
You mansplained.
yeah, and I'll be like, okay, you don't want that. You don't want me to get involved with your process. I can respect that.
Okay.
But you maybe have a voice.
As me.
Your voice might be the problem. It might be too.
Right.
You might be too well spoken to explain things.
I caught myself genuinely mansplaining yesterday, and I was like, oh my gosh, I must genuinely do this. I was telling somebody, we're obviously filming this with a camera.
Yeah.
And I was looking at getting a better camera.
Yeah.
But I was initially looking at getting that camera before this one, and then I was like, no, I'll go for this one and then move up.
Yeah.
And I was going, yeah. So obviously this first camera I've got is, it's a good starter camera, can then move up.
Mm-hmm.
Then this next camera is obviously going to be a little bit better. Then realised that I'd caught myself just mansplaining what an upgrade was.
What, like if something's better than?
Yeah. And I was like,
well, sometimes it's just
I
being
caught
more
my-
specific on like what you're saying.
no,
So sometimes- it depends on your objective. Is your
Ooh.
objective to be clear in what you're saying, or is your objective to educate on them because you think they don't know? You know?
Is your objective to go on Do Not Disturb, or is your objective to...
I think my objective is to... You took a phone call last time.
I did,
You
but...
took a phone call. Arguably it was your mum,
yeah.
which is a phone call you should take.
Cameron, come downstairs. There's a fucking package down there. I don't know what it is. It looks kind of suspicious.
It was football tickets, and I know, so I do want to touch on this a little bit. I
Yeah.
know.
It's a good way to end. I think it's a good way to end. How long have we got?
We are coming up to 50 minutes. The
I
last
think
one was
we could
53.
probably spend about...
Okay.
a
No,
little
I
bit of
don't want to
2
dwell on it
minutes.
too much.
Okay.
So for those that don't know, I'm a Luton Town fan.
And I'm a West Ham fan.
Can I ask why?
My dad's a West Ham fan.
Fair enough.
He is, he's an iron. He's a go game, all
Yeah,
of that.
yeah,
Proper
yeah.
West Ham fan.
Okay.
He has been since he was a young boy.
Yeah.
And I, as a kid, was like a Man United fan. Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Well, that's my first memory of a team. My dad got me into football
Yeah.
quite young, showed me Carlos Tevez. Didn't really realise he was playing for a team. Was just kind of focused on this bloke called Carlos Tevez.
And then he went to United.
And then he went to United. I was like, right, I'm a United fan now. You'll never guess what happened when he went to City. Became a City fan.
Fair.
Right, but I'm like 10, 9. I haven't quite conceived. I want my own individuality. I'm like, I'm going to be a Man City fan. Loved Man City.
Yeah.
Honestly did. For like a good year. I got all the match attack cards. Robinho had just joined. Stephen Ireland had a shiny head. Everything was going well. Edin Dzeko, I think, had just been signed. You know, it was them first few signings when they got the money. I think they just signed David Silva as well. It was like Vincent Kompany. The team just suddenly become amazing.
FA Cup run.
Yeah. My dad grabs me. He's like, listen, mate. Yeah.
Is this how he speaks, or are you protecting his identity?
It's a similar aspect of your, as to like the voice of your mum.
Sure.
It's not going to be as accurate, but it's pretty close.
Okay. Mate, hang on.
So I'm joking. I'm joking. Your mum. First things first. I'm so sorry if you're watching this, Cameron's mum. I love you with all of my heart. I care about you and your family deeply, and I don't want you to be offended. I don't think you speak like that at all. I'm just trying to make a ha-ha because I feel uncomfortable and I want people to think I'm funny. So as I was saying, my dad kind of speaks a bit like your mum. He's like, yeah, fucking football.
Right.
Similar. I'm joking. I doubled down. Why did I double down?
Come on.
I doubled down, Cameron.
Come on, it's okay.
She's gonna be
okay.
She's gonna hate me.
Calm. Breathe. It's okay.
So my dad, he was like, listen, mate, Man City, yeah. They've got these new owners. Like, football teams have owners, yeah? I'm like, okay, Dad. He's like, and now you've got some owners with loads of money.
Right.
So they're going to start buying really expensive players. And they're going to win because of money. Is that okay with you, Carl? So, yeah, sounds great. I was like, what, do you reckon we'll be able to sign Ronaldo on that? I was like, this sounds great. And he was like, it's not what football's about. Let me take you to a West Ham game and then we'll see.
Okay.
And he said, if I don't like it, this is credit
if
to my
you
dad.
don't like it.
He said, if I don't like West Ham, he said, credit to him. He said, I'll buy you a Man City kit for Christmas.
Really?
Proper.
Yeah.
Right? And this was when they were like, not great kits. This was like the little eagle and that. They were weird looking kits, the Man City kits.
Eagle?
They always had like a collar and they had their badge was different, wasn't
Yeah.
it? But I went to a West Ham game and heard some of the most egregious things being shouted by men. Didn't understand what it was, but there was like a big camaraderie. It was my first ever proper big football game. I'd been to a Luton game before. Didn't really enjoy myself. It was just a bit. There was like it was low league football and it was like McNulty. So
Steve McNulty, great guy.
And maybe not McNulty. It was maybe a bit before then, but I wasn't enjoying it at all. And I remember I went to the West Ham game, first proper big. And I had the best of times.
Fair enough.
And I remember just thinking, this is what I want.
Bit of you.
Yeah. So that's why I was very happy the other day seeing.
So yesterday, obviously we've gone roundabout.
But yeah, that's why I'm a West Ham fan.
Yeah. West Ham came to Kenilworth Road, Luton's
They did.
home ground.
Kenny.
The first Luton Town home match in the Premier League ever.
Yep.
Premier League. They
Premier League.
Yeah,
Right, they were in the.
We were relegated
One.
the year before it became the Premier League.
Right.
One of like two teams before. Yeah,
For sure.
that signed off on the Premier League
I'm
but
with
hadn't
you.
played in it.
I'm with you.
West Ham won 2-1. Did you watch the match?
I've watched the highlights. I was working.
Oh, see, no.
So I was working.
Your opinion's irrelevant.
No, I don't have an opinion on the game.
Okay. But there was a controversial decision at the end.
I saw that. I checked that.
Penalty. Yeah.
Penalty. The arm came out like that, and it came up kind of as he jumped,
Yeah.
and it kind of could have gone down.
It should have been a penalty.
I think he had the time,
Oh, yeah. It came off like a cross. He had
Yeah.
all the time in the world.
and it didn't take an interception before it hit his arm.
I don't think so. I don't think
It
it
was
hit
straight
a
from
deflection.
his foot to his
straight.
hand. Just
Yeah.
kind of a penalty.
Which is a shame because
Areola would have
Luton
shaved.
current. Yeah. Well, we don't know that.
No, we don't.
I guess we'll never know. Obviously, yeah. So Luton lost 2-1. A late penalty decision didn't go our way, which has left a sour taste in my mouth. But I'm glad we can agree that it probably should have been a pen.
Yeah.
Yeah. And-
No, and I'm always up for that. But the be all and end all is you lost.
Yes,
Yeah.
we did.
Yeah, I'm going to get battered after this comes out. No, I think there was part of me that was like, if we lose this game and Luton win this, I won't be upset because it's the first game at the Kenny in the Prem and all of that. And I did hear a lot of things about it. And I kind of there was a part of me that was rooting for Luton. But at the same time, seeing West Ham suddenly pick up some form is like, I don't want to drop this to Luton.
No.
Because if we had have dropped it to Luton, our season would probably look very different.
I guess we'll come back to this before episode 7.
When's episode? Oh, yeah.
I don't know. We'll probably lose motivation at some point.
Yeah. Oh,
No, I'm joking.
I know what you mean.
No, we'll come back and we'll see.
Yeah.
yeah, there's something
I think
to
we'll
touch
get
on.
better at this as well. I think if you've stuck this out, all four of you, mum included.
Yeah, 55 minutes. So
you know, if you've sat and watched all of this,
thank you.
Yeah.
Fair
and for
play.
you, we will get
Or-
better at this.
Yeah, or listened, of course. We might put this on.
Yes, no, if you've listened to this, watched this, consumed it in any way.
I want to make sure that it's obviously good for people that do just listen as well, because I feel like there has been some visual things in this that maybe wouldn't read too
in
well.
this one, not messing. There's not. I don't feel like there
I don't
has.
know.
You know, apart from us sipping Pims and like
Non-alcoholic.
touching each other, pretending to fart. I think everything else was rather vocal.
No,
I think
fair enough.
the beautiful thing about that is if they have listened, me doing those voices maybe would have put some imagery into the minds of people at home.
Very true. I hope to see some drawings of what
I
people have imagined.
maybe don't want to see those drawings. Listen, son. Yeah.
Yeah,
Come to the
actually,
West
yeah.
Ham game, mate.
Fair.
Come to the West Ham game. Do you know what that linked up with at the same sort of time? I think it was I become a West Ham fan properly first year of high school, and this is bad, but it's true. My dad took me to a West Ham game the first time I told him I had a girlfriend. And he was like, "What? You're not awake? I thought you did drama." He said, "Oh, you got a girlfriend? We should go football, have a beer." True story.
Fair enough.
But I feel like that was kind of just him being like, "Oh, he's actually going to be into football and that as well." And
Oh.
I think he attached that to me coming home with a girlfriend. I think he,
Mm.
yeah. Is that problematic of him, or is that caring?
Something to leave until next episode, I think. Not too sure. How do you think this one's gone?
I think it's gone well.
I'm enjoying myself, even if nothing happens with this.
Yeah.
I do enjoy your company doing
I
this.
enjoy your company,
And
man.
like we were saying, so by the time you see this one, I imagine the first one will be out.
yeah.
I mean, yeah, obviously, but it's not out for us right now. We've not actually posted it.
Nothing's been posted.
We've sent it to a few friends
This is
who've all
just.
been very positive.
Yeah.
At least that I've spoke to.
I feel like the first episode might be stronger than this one. I feel like we had more of an arc. I feel like we had more organisation.
Really?
Yeah. I think we went too soon on the hypotheticals. I think we'll leave
Ooh.
that to you guys. I think how we should lay this out.
Okay.
So we do half an hour of catching up, having a little chin wag,
Mhm.
telling some funny stories,
then bringing
the
some
second
structure.
half, we go through some hypothetical situations and we come at each other with some with some I'd rather nots or would you rather's or
Yeah.
hypotheticals.
We're learning. We'll figure it out.
Yeah, man.
You were right. A couple of minutes ago, you said
We're gonna get
excuse
better
me,
at this.
We'll get better. So.
Yeah, we'll start setting each other up. We'll start being like,
Alley-oops?
"Ooh,
Yeah.
dunk!"
Well,
like Chris Middleton and Giannis Antetokounmpo.
very good.
Was that a good reference?
It was.
Bucks, Milwaukee Bucks.
Yeah, Milwaukee Bucks.
Yeah,
I
that
would
was-
have said, maybe a Chris Paul to Blake Griffin or DeAndre Jordan. Lob City.
Oh, what the old Detroit Pistons.
No, Los Angeles Clippers.
Los Angeles Clippers it was, and I called myself a Clippers fan for a little while.
You did.
Yeah.
That's all
Blake
right.
Griffin played for the Pistons
he
as
did,
well,
he
though.
did, he did. Yeah.
Yeah, Chris Paul doesn't.
Don't think so.
Plays at the State Warriors now. Anyways, it's been a lovely day.
It's been a pleasure.
It's been a pleasure.
Thank you for joining us.
I think we'll record this during the day next time as well.
Yes, the lighting's
The
been
lightings have
poor.
been a bit.
And I had a bath, so my hair's been very flat.
You look cute, bro.
Cheers. Right.
Oh, it's a bit shambles.
Peace, love, rubber gloves.
love, peace, bed sheets. Hey.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Can't believe I made your mum's voice.